Hey, what's up guys? ALJB Game here. Another news update for you guys. It is June 19th and there is some new things that they're working on for support for high-end competitive play. So if you're not into the competitive scene in DotA 2, you might not find this interesting, but for me I found it very interesting. There's some cool stuff for pros and for us players too that allow us to not only watch the pros play the game in the DotA 2 client, but also to be able to match up with teams, make your own team and play against other teams. There's a matchmaking system to put in. Okay, so first off, they're announcing just that they want to implement more into the tournament scene, and something new they're going to add into the watch category. It's going to be live games, recent games, and then tournaments. And they'll have lists. The defense is one of the type of tournaments. They got wild cards, wild card west, wild card east as an example, and they're not. They haven't been released yet. They're testing it with the defense, and they say if it works out for everyone, they anticipate rolling it out to all tournaments. So this is the first step. It's not going to be the end of it, but this is the first step towards it. And they make it very plain that they are very for helping the competitive scene financially, and I agree with that. And the one way to do it is they're going to charge you to watch the tournaments, and I guess I'll see how much I agree with that depending on how much they charge. But let's see, let me read what they actually said exactly. Okay, we also believe that external companies providing financial support for tournaments is a crucial component to the competitive scene, and I believe that's true. If they're getting money, and if the people making the tournaments are getting money, it's going to expand exponentially, rather than just people having to scrape it up and having these kind of just bare bones, tournaments going on. Well, I mean, there are some big ones going on, but this will make it even better. More teams coming up and everything, and more stuff coming to the DotA scene. Alright, and then here's a little screenshot. I know it's hard to see. I tried to do this in my web browser, but Exploit was giving me problems, so I had to do it in the game client. As you can see here, here's an example. If you clicked on the defense tab, paid for it or whatever, and they haven't said how much it'll cost, so they haven't mentioned that at all. And this will come up. The defense, it describes blah 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 blah, is one of the prestigious DotA 2 tournaments, and here are the live games going on. This person versus this person have their symbols when the game starts, number of viewers, and then you can watch it. Okay, so now they also have what they want to do, the second piece they're saying, in-game support for competitive teams. So the defense will be the first test of our new team system, where players identify themselves to DotA 2 as a competitive team and provide a set of information about themselves. In addition to storing a variety of stats about the long-term performance of the team, the game also detects matches between competitive teams and uses the team information to highlight the match. So as you can see here, here's an example. If you can see the internal Vavle Lambda teams base. So there's Valve's team, and you can see they got a little Lambda symbol there, and here's one of their new characters. I know I can't click on it, but there's a new character coming out soon. And they actually have that highlighted there. It's kind of cool they did that. Okay, so they said once we've ironed the kinks out of the team system, they'll be open up to everyone, including the team. Okay, this is what I thought was awesome. This is what really stood out to me. The previous thing was awesome, and I think it's logical to do, natural. But this is amazing. Okay, the team matchmaking system, where you'll be able to find public matches against other organized teams. So that means if you have a team, you can submit yourself to the team matchmaking system, and you can play against other teams, which I think is amazing. So if you have your team and you don't want to play against stupid pubs, you can start playing against teams, start getting some serious practice in a very easy to construct way, instead of having, I don't know how you do it, maybe put 10 people in a party and then go try to find a pub and you make your own or something. I don't know if you can do that, but so this way you're just ranked against other teams, team. And I'm sure if that gets going, they'll have rankings that show your win-loss, and you can rank up. They'll probably have tiers, first, second, third, fourth tier of different teams and stuff. That's going to be awesome. I am super stoked for that, because I'd like to get in the more competitive scene, but it's hard when there's only these pubs like this, and it's hard to progress. It's hard to really strategize and get to the next level when you like 1/10 of the game, like 1 out of 10 games, you can get a nice strategy going. You can get some practice in. The other ones are just spent messing around, covering up other people's mistakes and stuff. Okay, so if you want to get a head start on building your team in the meantime, we put together a collection of example logos for you to work off of. So if you want to work on a logo for your team, there's a link here. Check the DotA2.com website and I'll have that up there. Okay, that's it for the first competitive play update. Okay, so they have many plans for this space. But as with Valve, they need feedback first to know if they're doing it right. They don't just go and say, all right, we're gonna do it like this, and that's that. You know, they do a little piece at a time. What do you think? Take the feedback, ideas here, and they build upon that, and snowball until it gets something that the team, the community, and Valve is happy with. So they'd love to hear what you think, both in terms of what they're shipping now and in terms of what you think we should be doing in the future to improve this space. So having the ranking system for the team matchmaking system is a pretty logical, obvious thing to do, but it's something you throw out there. I'm sure it will be up there. So there's also, okay, on a final note, there's some info on those interested in making items for the Dota 2 workshop. And even if you're not an artist, people have found the Dota 2 art guide and Dota 2 texture guide interesting. So if you want to make items for the Dota 2 workshop, there's a guide on there if you don't know how to do it already. So it looks like that is it for the news updates. That is pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Definitely for the team matchmaking system. I'll be interested to see the other things as well. But since you have to pay for it, I think I would rather just watch it on a stream. I mean, really. Where it's free. They said they don't want to edge out streamers, so I think they'll incorporate it. They already did incorporate it a little bit with the tournament filters, and you can go to one, and you can go to announcers, like you can watch Purge on here, and here as well. It's pretty cool. But the sound quality is pretty terrible for their voice. I don't know what's up with that. This, like, you can watch his stream and it sounds crystal clear, then you can go to this in-game client and it sounds kind of bad. So I don't know what's up with that. Alright, so that looks like that is it. Yep, team matchmaking coming for public people, as well as more in-depth, easier to use, easier to watch coverage of the tournament scene in the gaming client. So, that is it, my friends. Thank you for watching. If you guys like the content, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.